All right, let's talk about Proto Labs. They just dropped their second quarter earnings, and honestly, the results are pointing to a pretty pivotal moment for the company. You've got new leadership, you've got record numbers. It really feels like a new chapter is officially kicking off. So let's break down what's really driving this thing. The very first sign that something was up came straight from the market. As soon as those earnings hit the wire on July 31st, the stock just rocketed up over 11% in pre-market trading. Now that is a powerful, powerful reaction. So you have to ask, what exactly did investors see that they loved so much? Well, it really all started with the main event, the headline numbers. This wasn't just a good quarter for Proto Labs. Nope, this was a record setter that just cruised past what all the analysts were expecting. The performance this quarter was just incredibly clean. Take revenue, for example. It hit a company record of $135.1 million, just sailing past the estimates. Then you look at profit. Their adjusted earnings per share, or non-GAAP EPS, that came in hot at 41 cents, another really solid beat. And let me tell you, this combination of record sales and better than expected profit, that's the sweet spot that gets investors really, really excited. But a great earnings report is always about more than just beating the numbers. You got to dig in and look at what's driving that growth. And for Proto Labs, the good news is the strength is coming from exactly the right places. The absolute star of the show this quarter was, without a doubt, their CNC machining business. I mean, it posted staggering year-over-year growth of around 20%, another company record. And get this, in the US alone, that number was actually 30%. This was the engine that powered the whole quarter, right here. And what's really interesting is that the growth wasn't just coming out of their own factories. The revenue they fulfilled through their partner network, that also surged, growing 16% when you adjust for currency. This is huge because it proves their hybrid model is really working. They can scale up production without having to build every single factory themselves. It's smart. And this right here illustrates a brilliant piece of the story, strategic focus. Proto Labs has really leaned into the aerospace and defense sector. It now makes up over 20% of their entire business. For investors, this adds a layer of resiliency and, long-term visibility that they just love to see. Now, all this strong performance is happening right at a time of transition. A new CEO, Suresh Krishna, just took the helm back in May, and his arrival seems to mark a clear shift in focus, moving from disruption to just disciplined execution. And you can see his philosophy perfectly right here, in his own words from the earnings call. The message is all about stability. It's about sharpening the execution of the strategy they already have, not, tearing up the playbook. It's about taking a good company and making it even better at what it already does. And we're already seeing proof of that sharpened execution. Proto Labs just got the ISO 1345 certification for its metal 3D printing. Now, that might sound a little technical, but trust me, this is a massive deal. It's the internationally recognized quality standard for medical devices. So what does that mean? It means they've just unlocked a whole new, super high-value market for things like medical implants. Game changer. Okay, so the company is executing really well internally. That's clear. But how does that performance stack up against the rest of the industrial sector? Let's put this all into perspective. So, this is where the story gets really, really compelling. Over the past year, Proto Labs stock has just dramatically outperformed the broader industrial sector, which we're showing here with the XLI fund. So this isn't just a case of a rising tide lifting all boats. No way. Proto Labs is charting its own much, much faster course. Okay, so you've got a record quarter in the rearview mirror, a new CEO in the driver's seat. Where do they go from here? Let's take a look at the guidance and figure out our official rating on the stock. So management's guidance for the third quarter looks really solid. It basically implies that demand is stable and growth is going to continue. The key things, the catalysts we're going to be watching are: can they keep up that incredible strength in CNC? Will we see any early contract wins from that new medical certification? And of course, can they keep making progress on margins? That'll be important, especially after they had to navigate some tariff issues this quarter. So let's bring it all home. You have a record-setting quarter that blew past expectations, a powerful growth engine in both CNC and their network-fulfilled revenue, a new CEO who's laser-focused on execution, and massive outperformance against its sector. For all of those reasons, our rating on Proto Labs is outperform. Look, the story here really is a successful turnaround that's now shifting into a higher gear. The big question for the next earnings call is simple. Can this incredible momentum in CNC machining be sustained? If the answer is yes, then this new chapter for Proto Labs is really just getting started. And of course, as always, please remember, this explainer is for informational purposes only and is not financial advice.